How's it going, everyone? This is DoctorJefe playing some more Crusader Kings 3, and today we're going to do a tutorial on elections and murders, playing as Duke Vratislav of Bohemia. And we're going for that Royal Dignity achievement. So I think this character is great for elections and murders, because his achievement run is basically becoming the King of Bohemia and then becoming the Emperor of the Holy Roman Empire. And while you could go with a more aggressive route, like claiming the throne and then going to war with the Emperor, that's going to be pretty difficult. Look at his military strength. He has about 5,000 soldiers. We only have 2,000. And as the Emperor, he's going to get alliances with a bunch of different kingdoms surrounding his lands, whereas us, we're a lowly duke right now, and while we will be able to get the kingdom title pretty easily, it's gonna be a hard war and not something that we will be assured of winning. So instead, we're gonna go the sneaky way, and I do thank Crusader Kings 3 for having the intrigue focus. But before we go down the intrigue focus, we're actually going to go with diplomacy. We're going to want to get some foreign affairs focus. Prestige is nice, but we're going to get enough prestige by forming the next dukedom, the Dukedom of Moravia, which we can see we can already create right now, although we are lacking the money to create it, as well as the Kingdom of Bohemia. That should give us enough prestige to get up to distinguished. So right now, we're just going to try and grab some diplomacy as much as we want, and we're going to want to get some perks in this diplomacy tree. Now, those perks are mainly thoughtful, opinion from send gift plus 100%. Our main way of getting electors to vote for us is going to be from sending them gifts. We're also going to grab the benevolent intent perk for sway scheme power plus 30%. We're actually going to grab this one first because we're going to spend some time getting enough gold to form the Kingdom of Bohemia before we go after the Holy Roman Emperor's title. So we'll grab this perk first, then we'll grab the thoughtful perk, and then we'll get into intrigue. So I'm going to fast forward a lot. We're going to just have to get a bunch of money, and maybe I'll cut in with a few tips here and there. Okay, let's go over the election screen. Now, you can click on the current situation button up here and it'll tell you about an active election in the Holy Roman Empire. That's probably the quickest way to get to the election screen. You can also go from the realm button and then click over to succession and then finally click over to view election down here in the succession tab. But that's a couple more clicks. Let's save a couple clicks by just going up here into the active election in the Holy Roman Empire. So when we're voting, we're definitely going to want to vote for ourselves. That's going to be the quickest way to rise up in power. And now we need to gain some more people backing us. And if you hover over the opinion modifier over here, it can tell you why people are voting yes or no for you. One of the biggest things that's going to get you positive points is having people like you. So increasing that opinion modifier. And we can do that by sending money as a gift. But one of the cheapest ways is just to try and sway them. So we're going to start swaying this Prince Archbishop Gebhard of Salzburg. But another thing we can do is actually offer him some wards. So we have daughters who we kind of really don't care how they get educated. So we'll just send them off to this guy, and that'll improve opinion. It'll improve it up to plus 15 for each ward we send. So in fact, we're not going to just send one daughter, we're going to send two daughters. Of course, we have to wait for him to agree to the first one. Then we can right click again, offer another daughter. So that's plus 30 opinion, which is going to be great. Another important part of elections is becoming an influential vassal. Now, this is very easy to do if you start off as Duke Vratislav. He's already an influential vassal, but you can see here that our voter strength, we get 1 just for being an elector, and an influential vassal plus 1. If we hover over the Emperor, we can see he gets 1 and plus 2 from Imperial Dignity. Now, once we become a king, we're actually going to get 1 more vote. So our voting is equal to the Emperor. Now, when it comes to a tie, the Emperor's vote does win, but having the same amount of votes as the Emperor means that we just need to convince a couple more people to join our side. And of course, we'll accept being on the council. That'll make it easier to murder him in the future. So, you can see that we now have over 750 gold, which is enough to form the Kingdom of Bohemia. And all I've been doing is basically just been sitting here, watching the gold come in. Starting off as Duke Vratislav, we have a pretty nice income of 17 gold per month. So, just after about 2 years, we have enough to form the kingdom. First, we'll create the Duchy of Moravia. Said Moravia. Actually, I don't know what's correct, Moravia or Moravia. And then we'll create the Kingdom of Bohemia. Very straightforward, and we are very close to gaining distinguished. So, yes, we get moving up in the world. Thank you. We're not just moving up in the world. We're trying to become the Emperor. So now we have our new lifestyle perk, and although we do kind of want to start getting ready to murder the king, let's just get the sway scheme power. We can't switch over to intrigue until after, what is it, 1071, so we're stuck with this for a couple more years, so we'll have to get 2 perks anyway, and we might as well just keep getting this sway so we can try and get as many people on our side without having to bribe them, because we're probably going to need a lot of bribes for the murdering. Taking a quick look at the election status, when we sort by rank, we can see how many votes each person has compared to us. So the top guy is Duke Ernst of Austria. Now we could go about trying to murder him, which may be a possible solution. However, I'm deciding to try and sway the Emperor towards my side. He is not currently voting for one of his children. In fact, in this playthrough, he doesn't have any children yet. Usually once he has a son, he'll try and vote for him, which then, you know, makes the murdering all that much more fun and enjoyable and likely. But right now he's voting for this other guy. So if we can get him to like us a bit more, he'll be on our side, and we could probably do it if we could bribe him with a bunch of money. So that's my current plan. And we'll see if it works. So it looks like Kaiser Heinrich finally had a son, and if we check the active elections, you can see that he's voting for his son. And if we look at the rank, while his son isn't number 1, we do see that we are tied with Duke Ernst. And I'm not sure how the ties are selected, maybe because this guy's above us and he's voting for him. Anyway, we want to make sure that we have a clear advantage before we murder the Emperor and take his throne. So, this man seems like a pretty easy person to get on our side. We'll just wait a couple months until we can get that thoughtful perk. We'll send him a gift, and he will be in our pocket. It's not a bribe, it's a gift among friends. It's no problems with that. It's fine. So we're unlocking the thoughtful perk, which will give us plus 100 opinion. Now we go to that man that we're giving a gentle gift to. We can see we have minus 35 right now. We'll send him the gift of 100 gold for plus 70 opinion. He's almost maxed out. And we can see that he likes us now. It takes about a month to update. But let's see if we click back. We may have to reopen the tab. There we go. He's now voting for us. So if we search by rank, we now have the most votes with 4. I feel... Did we just lose someone? Huh. Maybe the other tab also didn't update yet, but we do have the most votes now. So now we can begin our murder scheme, the fun part of the playthrough. So let's just click over here. Apparently we're scheming. We forgot to stop scheming to sway him once he had his son, so let's just get rid of that. Let's have a positive sway scheme on this man who only has a plus 5. We may have to send him a bribe as well, but he's going to be much more costly, so let's just try and make him like us through just some flattery. And let's come back here to our murder scheme. Now we're going to gain some stress because our character is just, and that is one of the problems with the playthrough, but we aren't going to be overwhelmed with the stress. So we'll start the scheme. It says it'll take 8 years, but that's because we have very low scheming power right now. Let's go over to Intrigue, increase our Intrigue as much as possible, and get the Agent Acceptance plus 10. There could be some benefit of getting Natural Dread as well, but we'll see if this helps us get enough people to join our murder scheme. And while it may not, we can always invite some people with some good bribes. So here we go, we'll just click on them. 75 gold, that is cheap. This princess is probably going to be expensive, and she is. She's cheap, she's just, what is she, a commoner? Yeah, a lowborn. Alright, let's invite a couple people. We're pretty close to having maxed out 95. The Duke of Burgundy. Oh, he's expensive. Maybe there's someone cheaper underneath. Yep, always look for those people who don't have a ruler portrait in their frame. They are likely to be cheaper. And she's probably going to be cheap as well. Yep, 68 gold. There we go, we are 95 and 95. We have the maximum chance to murder this Kaiser. All we need to do is continue to ensure that we have the top voting rank. And we do, we have 5, 3, and 2. Should we send... Oh, this guy stopped voting for us, and it didn't update over here. So now we can see it went down to 4. What is happening? Someone is doing a war against the tyranny. Hey, we aren't going to join in this war. We're here to become the Kaiser, not to help you overthrow the Kaiser. We're still the top-ranked elector. We gave this guy a bribe, and he still doesn't like us. I guess this new guy who showed up is just more likable than we are. Let's make sure this guy continues to vote for us, Mr. Gebhard of Salzburg. We'll send him a little gift. We have tons of money. That is the nice thing about being the king. It's good to be the king. In fact, we could probably get this man to like us if we sent him a gift. Maybe. Plus 52. We can start swaying him, trying to see if we can get him on our side. And let's remember, we can offer him a ward. We do have some sons that are just hanging around. But apparently, does he have too many? Oh, he already has a couple wards. Unfortunate. Alright, well, let's just continue to have our murder scheme go up. Just keep checking on this election. We have 4. Thank you, Prince Archbishop. You will be rewarded if you continue to want to vote for us. Could also bribe this man. Yeah, that's pretty nice. He could come to our side if we gave him a big bribe. One of our sons came of age. Alright, we're ready to murder this man. Oh no. I thought we were ready. We could pay 50 gold to gain some progress. Let's not do that. We're gonna cut some holes in his clothes so he loses prestige. Okay, some people are joining just on their own. Everything is in place. We're ready. Our rank is the highest. Let's do it. There we go. We have inherited the Holy Roman Empire. So, as in most things in Crusader Kings 3, it pretty much all comes down to gold. And the best way to spend your gold is getting this Thoughtful perk. Thoughtful perk is so strong. It makes that gold go twice as far. So it's very useful. We'll just click out of this so we can get the achievement, Royal Dignity. And unfortunate accident. Yes, we did just inherit this title through a murder scheme. And we did inherit this, what is it? Some uprising of people, but we don't really care. We're the emperor. I mean, we could even let these people have their demands. What, do we really care about crown authority? No, we just wanted to be the emperor. We just want the beautiful crown. Look, there's a little saint's picture in it. It's amazing. It's amazing. So yeah, that is how to become the Holy Roman Emperor. as the King of Bohemia. I showed you how you get that extra little election point. Now we have +2 for imperial dignity. It doesn't really matter that we were a king. Now we are the emperor. So we have +3 votes there. And in order to keep people still wanting to vote for, say we want to nominate our son as our successor, that would make sense. We'll vote for him. Well, what do the electors think? They actually kind of like my son. Apparently my son is more likable than we are. He does have a very high diplomacy score. So we can keep the emperorship in our hands. And that is how you become the emperor, and how you deal with elections, and how you do murders. Just a little bit of gold goes a long way. So I hope you enjoyed this tutorial as well as this achievement run. If you did and you want to see more, you can subscribe for more Crusader Kings 3 tutorial content. If you liked the video, you know what to do. Until next time, do remember, as always, to take care of yourself.